get back to work discussing things intelligently, as watching and observing the human beings and their unnatural habitat on mass social media. Right? Um, uh, when you sit, and I have a lot of older DVDs and cartoons and stuff I got that remind me of raising the kids or being raised myself as a kid. Last night I was watching, before I went to bed, I put on Robin Hood, the animated version by Disney, with Roger Miller being the minstrel and stuff. And when you sit and you watch a lot of this stuff, and you sit there and you watch the videos with Gronkowski and the Kelsey brothers and talking about Tom Brady and the greatness of marketing and the greatness of putting stuff in plastic, holding it hostage, moving it around from town to town in combustible engine vehicles with tire particles, calling heart disease, and things like that. So it's like there is no greatness to this. You care and share. You give in a question. You need to build to last. You don't sit there and say Panera's food is great, then wrap it up in plastic and then have people, Uber drivers, deliver it. While the movement of the products and the property is destroying the ecosystem and making human beings sick and causing them neurological developmental brain damage. Because when you think, oh, how am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to survive? How am I going to go to college to trying to find a competitive job that satisfies my brain chemical addiction in order for me to engage in this irrational activity? Okay, so when you have all these people doing all these things, and you're sitting there looking at them, and there's nobody attractive at all. And when you look at the stuff back in the 1960s and 70s, there was ignorance coupled with the arrogance to make the dysfunction somewhat entertainment. We're doing time, like John Lennon talked about in Working Class Hero. But today, with mass communications and understanding the applications of physics, of the linguistics of the Lord's Prayer, of Proverbs and Psalms, and how Proverbs is not as easily corrupted as the perception of the magical thinking and the other stories that they share in the Bible that are consistent, though, in the same faith in Proverbs. It's just that they can take the stories and turn them into magical instead of a consistent reality of eternal peace, okay, through faithful living. And they had that sniper dude I watched yesterday. And, and then these professional athletes, it's like, you do know I was faster than you. You do know they have recorded evidence of me getting punched in the face by an aggressive person that could bench press more than Brandon Spikes, and it didn't even faze me. And I could have snapped his, taken my forehead, because I have very good bone density, taken my forehead, crushed his cheekbone, and took the other bigger kid who was slower, the tight end, and snapped his knee in half for being too aggressive and trying to engage in a romantic or sexual, well, they were thinking romance, they were thinking sex, in a sexual relationship with Natalie, right? You have to earn that. You have to come up and say, and prove to me that you have faith in God, and you're going to be faithful to her and the kids, and you're not going to be a violent sex cult marketing genius idiot, right? I'm being facetious, obviously, about the genius idiot, right? And so, guys, we're going to load this one up, and then I may talk a few more, and AI is getting better because of me and not because of the people that gave us AI, that is still perpetuating marketing and wanting to go to the moon and go to Mars instead of live the Lord's Prayer here and then see what we need to do after we're doing things intelligently and in balance and harmony to sustain life in a beautiful way here on Earth. We can manage our environment. We can make sure our environment is healthy. Other animals, other life forms can't do that. They can't observe, analyze, and process, and then relay faithful information, and then engage in faithful activities. Okay? I love you guys, man. I'll be back.